Good morning, YouTube. How are you this morning? I'm not too bad. I'm watching some new people. Well, it's 10:30 Central Time, and I am on the yard in North Little Rock, Arkansas. After we spoke on Monday evening, I went to bed after I took a shower. And I got up and ran the truck up to the Truck Centers of Arkansas, the Freightliner dealer in Van Buren, which is about 19-20 miles north of the yard on the north side of the Fort Smith regional area. Got there, checked the truck in, and I was their prisoner for 12 hours. 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The upshot was they had good Wi-Fi. Really good Wi-Fi. Got there, checked in, and it took a couple hours. It took about 2.5 hours, I think, to get the truck in to take a look at it. And as soon as the tech looked at it, he came and got me and wanted me to explain to him what was going on. I told him what had happened, showed him by turning off the master switch what happens. Because basically, when you turn the master switch off, what happened was everything in the truck started, all the lights, anything with the lights started blinking, and you hear clicking noises. It sounded some kind of vast spider array, lit spider array. Just weird. So he said, he thought maybe it was just the master switch was bad. Well, make a long story short, just to get the electrical system working, they had to replace both power distribution units in the truck, 7 of the 8 batteries. I think a wiring harness and a couple other things. It took all day. And then at 6 p.m. that night, when they were just about done, they started working on the air conditioner, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. So they put me in a hotel. So I went over to the Super 8, which was behind the Freightliner, that did not have as good a Wi-Fi as the Freightliner. But that's all right. Then I went over to Colton Steakhouse, which is right between the Freightliner and hotel, with another Maverick that was there getting his truck worked on. He had a oil leak that turned into a head gasket problem that turned into needing new injectors. He was working on his 3rd day there. Poor guy. So we went down to Colton's and had dinner together, and wasn't too bad of a place. I actually kind of liked it. And I went back to my hotel, went to bed. I did not get up and rush down to Freightliner. I was thinking, they said they'd call me, in the morning. And I waited till checkout time, and they didn't call. So I left at 11, walked down the hill to the Freightliner, and went and talked to them, and they said they was just about done. And they tried to explain to me what was wrong. Basically, I keep saying basically, but it is. Once they figured it out, these were basic problems. Someone had connected a positive wire, a negative ground wire to the positive terminal of the starter. And it looked like it had been done a while back, but I guess maybe it had been sitting on this yard before I got it for a little bit, that no one noticed it. Because I'm actually starting to really think that this truck wasn't managed, run through management process before it was given to me. Because I've noticed that the truck's not, as I put stuff away this weekend, I'll talk about that here in a second, I found a lot of things were not clean. Things just not cleaned. Like the underbunk and the sides of the bunk rails, and just weird stuff. So, and of course, the mattress. So, well, after that was done, of course, they could not do anything with the Qualcomm unit, the Omnitrax, whatever the heck they want to call it. So I went down I was just content to spend some time, on paper logs, and I went back down to Fort Smith, hooked up my trailer, and called in and let them know I was ready to go. And they said, no, there is absolutely no freight. No freight. And I'm looking around, these guys loading. Apparently it's really slow up there. And he said, we're just going to deadhead you to Little Rock to get your Omnitrax fixed. I said, okay. So I poked around a little bit and took off. Got down here. I guess it was about 4:30. Checked the truck in at 5 p.m. and told them what they needed to do. I told them about the Omnitrax unit and the Wabco IBTM, which is the tire pressure monitor thing, what was wrong with it. And then I went to Walmart with the well, I actually take it back. Before I went to Walmart, I asked them if they had any mattresses, and they said yes. So they gave me a new mattress, which was one of the new Tempur-Pedic foam ones. They're only about 4 inches thick, if that much. And I got out here, put it in the truck, and I was like, that's too thin, you know. So I went to Walmart and I bought a couple things. I needed a couple more storage trays for the cabinets up there because I brought 2 from the house, but they're not big enough. So I bought a couple of bigger ones to put in up there just because I store my food in these bins, so the stuff doesn't just roll all over the place. And while I was there, I went over to the housewares and bedding section, and I bought one of those 4-inch 2-section Tempur-Pedic mattress top covers. It's by Tempur-Pedic. I think it was $104, but it's got a 2-inch ultra firm support layer, which I love ultra firm mattresses, and then a 2-inch Tempur-Pedic topper. So when I got it back down here, and I put that on top of the mattress that they gave me. Now the thing's about 6.5 inches tall. My twin sheets barely fit over it, but I have sheet straps, so it's not that big of a deal. But I put more stuff away. They finally came and got me about 9 o'clock, 8:30, I'd say, about wanting to work on the truck, and I was just getting tired, wanting to go to sleep. So I let them have it, and I went inside and sat in the driver's lounge for a while. Came back out at 11 and talked to them. They replaced the Omnitrax brain box. The brain box was burned up. The technician said literally, not just figurative, but literally. I said, okay. I said, but figure probably got electrical shock when the system got shorted out. And they replaced that, but they hadn't had it, but it was shift change, and they hadn't had a chance to look at the tire monitor. And I told them, I don't care about that tire monitor. I check my own, anyway. They said, well, they don't even use that anymore. They use this new one that's built into the Omnitrax unit, but it takes like an hour and a half to install it. And I told them I don't want to mess with it right now. I asked, do I have an option? Do I have to? I said, no, you don't have to do anything. You don't even need it. If you don't want to use it, if you don't want to swap, that's fine. I'll just have to put up with the errors from the Omnitrax telling me there's no tire pressure. Tell me I'm running on flat tires. So I didn't get that fixed, and frankly, I don't care. If I'm ever here in Little Rock again I know I'm going to be here a while, and I have the time, I'll put it in and let them put the new system in. Otherwise, I don't care. So that's it. That's a long update for this. That's basically how the last couple of days go. So and then I could not send my breakdown report last night, so I had to wait till this morning. I have a load. I'm heading over to Huttig, Arkansas, and I'm picking up a load of raw lumber, and that's going to Grand Prairie, Texas, which means I'll either load at Home Depot or I'll go home. Or I'll go home, load at Home Depot, and leave. This weekend I don't care because I got 440 miles with all the empty miles running around here, but this will give me 400 and another 500 miles roughly. I only have 1,000 miles per week plus whatever breakdown pay I can get. If there's any justice in the universe, they'll pay me breakdown pay from the time it started to the time it ended. Though I know how this company works, I get paid for the amount of driving hours I missed. So I will probably end up getting about 14 or 15 hours of detention. Of breakdown pay. I'll let you guys know because I haven't had to deal with breakdown pay before. That's not true. I have, but it's always been a Little Rock, and I've gotten it for the number of hours I sat on the yard. So that's it. So going to go pick this stuff up and then head on down to Grand Prairie. I told them I didn't even want to go home, and guess what? I'm going home. So that's it for today. Keep the shiny side up. 73s. Be safe.